Hey, and welcome to this edition of the Chroniclerpodcast. I'm here today with Bubble, Gaki, Raistlin, and Willkie, our special guests for this edition. Hello, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
What's one? Yeah, today we're going to discuss RuN versus CtL of last round of UC. RuN, which RuN won, was a very hard contested fight, I'd say, from what I saw from the spectator mode. But I'm sure the people who actually played the match can give more insight into that.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it was intense.
it was a good final.
I mean,
We had a pretty clear strategy from the start. I distract CTL with memes, and then we take the first 4 castles.
Fucking got us.
Then they caught on what I was doing and managed to get the 2 ports.
Sorry, I interrupted you, Willkie. What do you want to say?
No worries, man. It was a tough match, both ways. You know, it was intense the whole time, and from I was shot calling for CTL, and I mean, after the first match with RuN, you know, we realized that wow, there's going to be solos coming all match long, and that's a new a new thing to contend with. You know, like when you got 3 million in the castle mixed, and then you know you're just getting hit with 1 million plus marches. Damn, man. That's an X factor. It was really cool.
Yeah, like from what I saw from the spectator tool, there was like this one really extended fight over the port that took like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
As a spectator, it was just so insane to watch because for once it was super buggy for me. Like I saw the rallies arriving, but I didn't see the outcome of it. They just kept marching towards it, and I didn't see any troops returning or anything. And like I was wondering, did they win the battle now? Did they didn't win? And just saw that the troops kept going down, going up, going down, going up, and like this constant fight.
Yeah, and also like I saw like many people like wondering like why our timing was so off like in the start on the release. But like actually like our tactic was like to only let like the max accounts do the rallies and just like get them so many wounded. I still don't know like if it's the right tactic for UC because like as you can see like people spend like whatever they have to heal. So maybe it's not the right tactic. But if you can see like a total healing, like top 30 is like mostly cartel, probably because of the pot fight. Because yeah, we didn't lose a lot like with the max rallies, and they like and they were quick reinforcing. So
Well,
it was like really,
I think a lot of the wounded came when we came at Killar and Castle
yeah.
Rock. I mean, I was looking through those reports, and he just fucking smashed people. Like we'd have like rally leaders, you know, going. We're like, all right, let's do this. And then you know we have like secondary rally leaders or whatever, and they have some good stats over 1,000%, 1,100%, and they're just getting smashed. You know, and it was like, oh my god, dude, like So no, it was a really good fight.
Yeah, especially like also one of my highlights was when like Savu was like soloing your port, and then I think at some point we launched like 3 rallies as well, and it got down to like 8 million, and then like in 10 seconds it was like completely full again. That looked like
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, I need to really give it to CTL. Like your reinforcement game is really on point throughout all the matches that I saw. It's like really scary sometimes how quick you guys are with it.
Yeah, CTL are like kingpins of reinforcing. There's
Yeah.
like right from the bat, they're boom, 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 boom. It's definitely their number one strength. They're really good at it.
Yeah, I'd agree, I think.
Yeah, also like they have like a lot of strong accounts. Of course, like we have the max accounts, but they have like a lot of like really strong accounts. That's like
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
it
sorry.
was just an interesting dynamic because of that. You know, like I think in cartel we have a good advantage against most alliances because we have so many players who are decently strong. You know, they might be like mid to low spenders, but our weakness in events like this is like the maxed account side. And you know, RuN, you guys have a ton of really strong players, so seeing the matchup was just so cool. You know, and like it wasn't like. Uh, one side had more attendees than the other. I mean, there's 77 for RuN and 79 for Cartel. It was a bloodbath.
Yeah, I'm also like wondering, like probably with our setup with the max accounts, we could probably do a little bit better versus BCL because, I mean, we're gonna talk about that later, but still, I think like maybe like our setup is maybe a little bit better against BCL than Cartels because I mean BCL could probably just solo it, solo any castle with all their
Yeah.
accounts.
100%. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like if you can land one of those big accounts in a key location, oh man, so hard to kick people out if they're very strong, because now they have to be the same strength and then beat them in the rally.
Yeah. Like also like imagine with the weather like last game like and then Killer in like with 24 million troops just yeah. Also like the weather's like really imbalanced. Like this time it was like 30% rally speed increase. And that's like I don't know, it's not that big. And then there's the weather that's like fucking huge, like game deciding.
The thunderstorm weather is just a pain in the ass. You know, like if you had this same match with the thunderstorm, those port battles would have been even more intense. You know, that amount of
Yeah.
troops that would have been inside it would have been really hard to knock them out. So to have an event like this and really competitive come down to RNG, it's a bit meh.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree, and I was kind of happy to see this match with the different weather, because like I kind of think that the thunderstorm is a big advantage for CTL in a match like this, because of
To
their
be honest,
strong
like
reinforcement game.
I mean, the weather's like advantaging the person like who gets the first captures, and like also like for the first game, I think Cartel got like all the first captures, and then it was like yeah, kind of GG.
Yeah, fair. I
So like
guess.
yeah, if you get the first capture with a really decent account, it's like almost impossible to take it, especially with the reinforcement. Like you already have like 24 million in there, and then like every person can send like 1 million troops with a 75%. It's just fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And it changes the whole dynamic too, because now like the strategy is different. You can't hold multiple locations and really fill them up because you need to send 1 million reinforcements. That's a third of the army you could bring. Like you can't be fucking around too much like that.
Also, like with Thavos was like also funny. Like we asked him, "Hey, can you solo that?" And he's like, "What? I'm reinforcing 2 castles right now." So he's like out of troops with like I don't know.
Yeah, like that's really I can see Raistlin's point basically that the weather is such a huge RNG factor in the games. I mean, it's a nice idea to have some new stuff brought in for the playoffs, but maybe tweak it a bit, tune it down a little, especially the army size increase.
Yeah, I mean the other 3 are actually fine. Like
Yeah, I think so too.
maybe
Those ones are like game winners, you know, like you secure the big castles with that. Say you get both ports, Casterly, and say a stronghold or something, and you completely fill them, and you have the re-ins, then the match is pretty much won. You know, and when it comes down to just weather, you know, it's not a contest of the best alliances after that. It's just weather, you know. And
Were you guys
especially at this point in the game as well, you know, this is semi-finals, finals coming up, and then RNG kind of like throws it out the window.
did you guys in the first match we played when we had that 200k increase army size, were you guys like do you not have a lot of players that could bring those 3 million troops, or how did that like affect you guys, or is it just hard to take people out of locations because of the increase?
The increase definitely affected like our offense. I mean, obviously our max account guys, you know, they're great no matter what, but for everybody else, like mid tier and below, it was a struggle.
yeah. Also like I think like also with the rally size, the kind of problem was that you can't like if you select if you have some like setup and I mean the 200k you have to like manually add them because the system doesn't really get it. So like yeah, like before the match you make some army setups, but of course like the 200k are not included, so it's a little bit.
Yeah.
I think like also maybe on our side like some people maybe forgot like to add the extra 200k to some buildings. Yeah, I don't know. But like, yeah, especially like next season now with like 100% size buff, it would be insane with the weather. I mean,
Oh,
like
definitely.
even I am then maybe like can send like 1 million troops. It's just I don't know. It's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and I assume that the buffs that you get as rewards for this season, like the 100% buffs, it's like they will get used in next season of UC
Yeah.
most probably, and that would be really interesting to see how that plays into it then.
Yeah,
Because
especially because like I don't really see any actual reason to use them in PvP or stuff like that. Because
no, definitely not.
I mean, unless you start soloing some 600 million castles, and you're just gonna lose all your troops.
But yeah, like for people like that aren't the but like even I mean maybe a person like Savo or like Kinnison can use them
Yeah, of course, but
outside of playoffs or something like that. But
yeah, I think for them it's like really big because I think earlier you could only get like 2 100% buffs. I asked Savo once like how to get them, and I think it's if you buy the CCS pack to the max, and then you only get 2. But now, like if they get maybe if they can, yeah, if they get like every season like 4 of them, then they can just like pop it for so many things. I
yeah,
think like they reserved it for like CCS and maybe KVK, but now maybe yeah they can maybe pop it for Siege or stuff like that.
it's insane.
I mean, they're already soloing down people. You
Yeah.
know, like the 100% buff's gonna take them from soloing down someone with 12 million troops to 15 million troops.
Yeah, like seeing the reports was like Savo or Kinnison running with 1.5 million troops against 12 million and just winning the fights. It's just
Yeah,
literally
I saw
insane.
like in the last few weeks or days, I saw so many people with 12 million troops getting like soloed. It's kind of sad to be honest, because like especially if you look at the stats, like with Kinnison, I don't know, probably yeah, with Napoleon as well. If he attacks like some guy like non-combat gear, and his total attack will go down to like 50 or like 70. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like some fucking alt. Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh, who's
It's like
that?
free to play. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insanity. Like it's getting to a point where it's just the army
Like the
size
guy,
is just getting ridiculous.
like the guy South Solot, he had like I don't know 3.5 K combat rate. He had like some nice golden commanders, and still he had like 70 total attack. That's just I don't know, just so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like 150% reduction or something like that to 200%. People are
Yeah,
tossing around. It's insane.
even me, like I don't know, like if I do a rebel camp without Hoff, I have like I don't know 230 without buff, and then there's not much left if like Kinnison attacks me.
Yeah, I mean like
That-
yeah,
the guy
sorry.
in WiC, you know, the
Blue?
blue that just got 1 billion merit. You look at his stats, you know, he just looks like a little alt, but he's terrifying. Really nice built, strong account.
Yeah, it's like optimized for killing some.
Yeah, but then even
AFK.
if you when he went up against YM Spring, his stats looked like terrible.
Oh, that was
in
funny. Yeah,
comparison.
when he garrisons the Rally of Blue, that was like really funny.
Yeah.
YM Spring's just a monster, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would wish to see more of these max accounts to go up against each other to kind of get a perspective on how strong they are. Because like people like CCPC, YM Spring, and Sungnam, you'd never really saw in combat against other max accounts.
But I
So,
mean, like most of the time, there's like no point. Like
I mean, yeah,
in normal
true.
situation, they won't rally each other unless they
Yeah,
a
definitely.
little bit crazy. Because yeah, I mean, if they get reinforced, then they probably don't even have deaths, and
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, like in the big battles, like maybe like right now, it's always like not much happening, and Unbubbled Castle getting like soloed by max accounts.
Yeah.
It's like it's mainly like attrition. You know, you just sit there and just see who's worse at bubbling.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one. Get him now. And like, oh, we got him. It's like it's not really organized warfare. You know, like
No,
you're
it's
not
not war.
one
It's
against the other.
It's
just
just
without
bird
risk.
watching.
It's just him
It's just
Yeah.
bird watching the hives, watching for bubble drops, and then sending 3 solos to 0 people.
I mean, yeah. I mean, most of the time it's like people will thought, okay, like even on K25 when they sometimes drop bubble, you know, you like for some people you just know, okay, they're gonna drop the bubble soon. It's just I don't know. There are always some people they
Yeah.
were not that good at it.
A good
Repeat
idea
offenders.
for a feature would be like a declare war kind of mode where you just say 10,000 diamonds to enter, you know, like Champion City Siege. But you know how you got these situations where we have CtL and RuN, and we want to go up against each other, but nobody wants to lose their troops. But we can have like a conquest battle, and everybody puts in 10,000 diamonds. We all field our guys. We have a scrap, and then we shake hands after it, and then that's it. You know, it could change the dynamic of like warfare rather than just waiting around for a castle to unbubble.
Yeah, that'd be cool, especially if you could do it like across kingdoms. You could
Oh,
go
yeah.
and
Yeah.
fight other people. Like that would be a lot, you know, I guess cooler to be able to do.
Especially when it comes at random, you know, all of a sudden YM Springs being attacked by BCL.
Yeah. I mean, let's get back to the topic of UC. And like, what I really find also kind of that gets into the disturbing area is the ratio between defender and attacker. If the attacker rallies with like 6 million troops and the defender is maxed out at 3 million, it just
Yeah, but like I think like, but if you like increase the defensive side, it's like even worse for the defender, because right now like Savo really only can kill 3 million troops. And if you raise it to like 5 million, then you're gonna kill 5 million troops at once. So
I mean,
yeah.
of course,
I mean,
in like these
it's
these matches,
yeah. I mean,
but
it's like more safe against solos, but then yeah.
I'd
was
rather
like-
be more safe on the solos, man.
Yeah, but
Because
I don't.
that's where people get deleted the most. Like even if you guys like go up against BCL, I mean, they just have so many
Yeah.
whales. It's just like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna just all solo at the same time, you know, take a
They're
building.
gonna have like like in all the BCL matches, they have like one like close to max account in every building, like even the fucking stronghold, and not
Yeah, and it's and at that level too, it's like as soon as the bubble drops,
yeah, all
it's
the
like
troops are
in
gone.
a millisecond, ping, like there's a fucking arrow and people are in there, and you're like, oh my god, like I got nothing, dude. No,
Yeah.
like oh, who's in the mother? Oh, Burgle. Oh, okay. Who's in
Yeah.
Castle Rock? Coniston.
yeah,
Drogon
let's pack up let's pack our things and go home. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's like, oh man.
But yeah, I mean,
What else? I think
if you
also
already
like funny in our match was like the outposts and fucking strongholds like changing every 5 minutes, because most of the time it was like someone disbanding, then someone took it, but reinforced it, and then the other one took it back.
I had great fun taking the stronghold over and over and over again. 'Cause I would just hit it, and then it would go to a 4-minute timer, and I was like, "Wait, it's 3 points." And then someone would knock me out of it because there's nothing in it, and then it would just be like one person holding it. And I just go whack, knock them out again. Another 4 minutes of points.
yeah, I think I saw it happening like 2 or 3 times. So it's like
Yeah, I think like like the outpost on their side changed so often. Like first it was like I don't know, ultimate, then they took it, then wait, Kiba took it, then they took it, then I think EK took it, and then I think they took it back.
yeah, that stronghold was just handed over like so many times in that match.
Yeah, but Stronghold's actually like kind of big as well. Because wait, how much does the pot give? Like 240?
200.
I think.
200 a minute.
Yeah, and like outpost is like 100, so it's not. I think like at some point we had like Castle, and I think both outposts, and they had like both ports, and we got like equal points.
Yeah.
I think it's funny in these matches when you'll see something like I remember watching one of the CtL matches, and I think they were against Den Frio, and Alice Crow landed in Casterly. I was like, okay, you know. And then Napoleon ends up in a stronghold, and you're like, shouldn't this be the other way around?
Yeah, that N3O match, man. We kept trading back and forth Castle Rock between Alice Crow and who was it? It was someone on their side. They weren't too strong either. Like
Yeah,
not
it
a
was
max
just like
account.
it was so weird. It's like always the weaker accounts from the alliances that got the thing instead of the maxed accounts. It was
Yeah, I mean no front, but like on the first capture on Castle, I mean like the max accounts are probably a little bit older. So like most of the times, yeah.
Wow, Gaki. Wow.
Old shaming, but no.
All right.
Sometimes they don't got good hardware either. Like I remember when AC first came out, Napoleon had some just janky mouse, and he's like, "Oh, I can't do anything." And he's like, "I went out and I bought a gaming mouse. I don't even know what it's called." And then he's just like, he's like, "Yo, this thing's so awesome." It's like, bro, you spent how
almost
much
like,
money on your account? You don't have a good mouse? Like, damn, man.
It's like Bubble. Like he doesn't want to pay for Nitro, but like spins like I don't know how many times on the fucking game.
Dude, in the beginning with his shitty microphone, it's like, I can't spend 10 euros on a new microphone. I need to spin it into like diamonds. It's like, dude. But yeah.
Dedication.
Then let's move on to the upcoming final. I mean, I'd say that the last match was already a pretty good final match between CtL and RuN. Like they fought about who will get wrecked by BCL. The winner gets wrecked.
Like everyone.
Yeah. So Gaki and Raistlin, what can you tell me about this match?
Yeah. Us.
Well, we'll die.
We're gonna face our sister lines, and I don't know how it will go.
Oh, the
I'll
banter.
just show up as a tree, you know, just put on a tree castle skin, stick it in. And
Maybe they don't
just,
see ya.
Go play Avengers or something, you know.
Gonna make some memes during the match.
That's. I mean, will you guys even try to win it, or they just accept the second place and be done with it?
I mean, like I don't know. It's pretty sure like last game was CtL was like the final because, I mean, like probably 95% betted on BCL to win it, or like 99.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And if you look at the dynamic as well, just now we're all in K54 together and we're all fighting each other. So to really go in and be competitive against Alliance who on paper wins the match easy, is it really worth risking all your speed ups, your healing speed ups and everything just to get spanked?
Do
Well, you like...
it would be fun to rally Thomas over and over and over.
59s.
just have 70 rallies pop up on his screen. But like the
attack nothing else, just Thomas.
Yeah, but like the question is like that many people probably ask themselves who to bet on this match. Because like if RuN properly shows up and tries something, I'm pretty sure the BCL won't get the handicap. But if you guys just join in and mess around, then they probably will get the handicap. So I'm not sure. Like I'm thinking about just not betting and just being happy with my feathers that I have.
It's probably the safest way.
Yeah, that's I guess. Maybe I risk some. Playing a bit of a gamble.
Just bet 69 feathers.
Yeah, maybe I do something like that. But like, I don't know. Like the entire season was like you knew that BCL would win, and I don't know if it's gotten to a point where it's just getting boring. I'd say maybe to always see the same winner in every event, and it's just I don't know. I mean, kudos to them for building up the alliance, but
I think Embryo could be really competitive if they were organized. They seem quite reckless, but they have really good players, and they feel quite a lot of people. But they just seem to lack direction, you know.
Yeah, the problem with N3O is that they like obviously like the coordination, but they also have the language barrier between their max accounts, I believe, and the shot callers and stuff.
Yeah, so Benny does a good job with the like calling the rallies and like making them like really close together. Like he has like some sort of a way, I guess, he figures out everyone's march time and then just syncs them together and he calls out who to go.
Yeah, they have like a spreadsheet, and
Yeah, we
That's
had
cool.
something we have something like that as well. Like it's a lot of work, but like it works out, especially if the rally leaders need a bit of guidance and stuff. But he does a good job, but I fear it's not enough if people like full go or something just go on and do their own thing every match. Like I don't know.
Yeah, you almost need like special instructions, you know, like if you got Fulgor or Savo or somebody, like you almost need to give them like side missions. Like, okay, we're gonna go for the airport. You just go and slap the mother a few times around, you know,
oh,
like
do that.
divert their attention. Yeah, and that's like the craziest thing with like facing like RuN or BCL or N3O does it as well. That you have to defend like multiple locations at the same time. So if you don't have a lot of troops and you don't have a lot of people join in, it's like impossible. You just get overwhelmed.
I remember like we had I think like 3 rallies on your pod, and then Sada was like, okay, solo the outpost, and then I think like Savo, Kiba, EK soloing it, and it was gone in like, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Boom, 9 million troops gone. Like, just damn.
I thought it was funny the M3O match against CTL, and Fogerlock was just smashing Casterly over and over. Like he took it from 30 reinforcements all the way down to 6, and then a 200 million BR castle took it. All that effort to knock
Yeah.
it down, and then lost.
Yeah, and 3 was tough for us because, like I said, their rallies hit really close together. So reinforcing for that is kind of hard. You know, you have to assume that troops are going to get kicked out at a certain point, and you're just going to have to call it.
I really liked our match against BTS as well. That was a fun match. I'd like to play them again.
So next season, Raistlin, next season.
Next season.
Do you guys also expect to have a break now, or do you think
I hope
next week Alliance Conquest? Let's go.
Yeah, next week we'll just go. Actually, there's another good final. It's in the lowest bracket. MHL are taking on JHR in the final.
Oh,
That's a really competitive match.
Wow.
No, I think like actually like the Chinese spanked them out already.
I mean, yeah, I think so too. Like, I wish I could check it, but
Like-
I don't know. I can't. It like the option isn't visible for me to check the lower leagues. I don't know why.
I think all
But
like maybe in the Super League can. I don't know.
yeah, like I saw the screens of
Because I
people
can't
who were
get-
participating that they have up here. They have those other icons, but they're just missing for me, which is kind of sad. Because I would have loved to see how the people in B League performed that dropped to play there, but
I think like 1KS lost versus MHL like in the last match.
Yeah, Terax sent me the score. Let me have a look what it was.
I think it was like 1K difference in points or something.
64,000 to 34,000.
Oh, that's
And in the first match they played against each other, it was only like less than 1,000 points.
yeah,
difference.
exactly. Okay, so they
But
played
in
against
the rematch.
okay.
MHL won decisively.
Okay, so now the final in the B League is MHL against JHR.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a really good competitive match. I mean, they played each other before, but MHL dropped it because they wanted to keep their reserves for playing them in the final instead.
yeah, I guess. I mean, probably all the finals of the leagues will be more interesting than the one of the Super League.
Oh, yeah.
which is like kind of sad, and it's like, can we just put BCL in a different league just for themselves?
Or just giving them the rewards and let everybody
Yeah, just give
else
them the
play.
win and yeah, exactly. I don't know, but like, yeah, it's a very one-sided season for them. It's like they never had even the closest. They never even got close to losing. Like all the matches they had, they just completely smacked everybody.
Yeah, and I mean at this point, I feel like also nobody even tries. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
was looking at comments and God, oh, Cartel got spanked by BCL. Oh, it's like you think we were gonna try and then go fight RuN after? Like, are you crazy?
Yeah, like why would you
Like,
waste speed ups in that match if you have RuN coming the next one, which you could actually win? You have a chance of winning.
yeah, and like Raistlin said, like, you know, we're all on the same server together. So there's constant fights between us. Like you can't just burn all your speed ups and heals and everything for no reason.
Yeah,
It's a
I mean,
bad
exactly.
idea.
that would be nice.
It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think RuN would mind if BCL and CTL would burn all the speed ups in a match against each other.
In the official Discord, there was one guy that just wrote this huge like monologue of how we were going to destroy BCL in the final. We're like, oh yeah, this is finally BCL's doom. This is their downfall. You know, I've watched Savo and EK solo and castles. They're screwed. And it was just paragraph after paragraph. And the way that I saw it was this match is Israel Adesanya against Paulo Costa. You know, you have two really good, strong, undefeated guys fighting each other. But one guy is just light years ahead of the other.
Yeah. Like, I mean, which I would love to see if BCL can manage to solo out Savo out of a castle or out of a post. Do you think that would be possible?
I think
So is the way to beat BCL to have all the posts filled with people like Savo?
I mean,
So they can't solo it?
can they stop? Okay, Savo getting rallied. No, but anyway, I think like I don't know, like maybe with the weather. I think like even with the weather and Savo in Castle, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the problem is like the defending size is too small, and then like, I mean, maybe it's possible to keep like Castle if Savo is in there and we have the weather, but yeah, it's very unlikely.
That's insane.
We just have so many, you know, so many troops and so many people with deep pockets to be able to keep healing and
Yeah.
fill the rallies. It's just like, you know, it's really like BCL would be like if we mashed up Cartel, RuN, and then we also added in like JHR in there. You know, like it's just insane. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like the 24th player's like 1 billion.
what is that? Like, look at that. Look at that. 21, dude.
Yeah,
Over $1 billion.
that's insane.
Not saying they're all, you know, heroes, but you know, damn.
Yeah.
what we need next season is to make a coalition. No, just say like Fulgur like join this alliance and Savo join and Gil EK.
Yeah, but then you have the problem of the coordination again, I guess.
No, people who spend money don't get along.
Oh, look who pops up.
Yeah, my dog was barking at some guy outside the door. I had to go find out what was it.
All right. Well, like the way I see it, there's no possible way with the current situation that BCL loses something like QC.
Yeah, not right now. I mean,
I feel like they haven't lost since
it came out.
si-
Probably.
well, they did so when we merged, Cartel merged with HAH, and then we beat not BCL but ECL.
Yeah.
And then it was a really tight match. We're like, oh man, that was close. That was amazing. Literally next week they merged with Blood, and we're like, oh. And then we faced them, and it felt like we were 5-year-olds getting held down, just getting punched in the face. Like it wasn't even close. So it was like, wow, we just competed with Kynaston. Now we're getting dumped on. This is how it is, and I don't think they've lost since.
The
Yeah.
game wasn't designed for 90 bannermans, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. It's just getting insane.
Yeah, I mean,
what I hope for is that so many servers get added that we can all just go to our own server and just like become king.
Every Max account gets their own server and is not allowed to leave.
Well, to be fair, we were on our own server, but no.
No.
I mean, you were on your own server on K19, then BTS came. You moved
I
to
know,
K54, you were on your own server, then RuN came.
a bunch of party runners, man. Just leave us alone. Let us fucking get some farming in. We need that, baby. These grain farms ain't gonna fill themselves.
Well, then maybe you should partition Napoleon to change CTL to WTF, like world top farmer, and no one will come and disturb you anymore. It's like, we know your PVE, we'll leave you alone. You know what's the funny thing about the whole CTL situation? You guys never claim you were a PvP alliance, like ever. like ever, and people just come and find you for no reason.
Bro, like people like see, they're like, oh man, you got a lot of power. We're gonna come for you. It's like, yo, we're just chilling. We're just trying to have a good time. We're trying to compete. I'm not I love merit expeditions, but personally not a fan of going to K169 and deleting a bunch of farmers who don't know how to
Yeah.
bubble yet. So that's
Definitely.
kind of the mentality that we all have, and sometimes the general community doesn't understand that power doesn't equal strength.
Yep.
Like the blue is way stronger than most people, I would say, that are 700, 800 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like, if you wanna like strictly be like like do your own shit, you should like put an advertisement like, we won't fight ever. Like just like pop it out like and no one would ever disturb you.
Bro, people come at us no matter what. On K34, I got people messaging me like, oh yeah, you guys are just a bunch of farmers, huh? You guys just gotta call PCL. You guys can't do anything. You guys never fight us. We've been kicking your ass this whole time. And I'm like, when, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, this is
Like,
hilarious.
what do I have to do? We go to Champion City Siege. There's 10 of us. Nobody from 34 can do anything. We go take rallies, no reinforcements, still winning. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
feel like,
Madness, dude.
Yeah, like because like they see Napoleon, it's like, I want to test the might of this guy. I was like, okay, guys, he doesn't want to fight, man. Just chill.
I swear, man, if everyone left us alone, Napoleon would probably never spend money, because he only started spending when Red came to K18 and we got outgunned. And he was like, man, like someone's got to be the big rally leader. And that's when he started. So if they never came, we'd probably just be chilling,
So you blame Red for everything?
It's Red's fault, all of it.
Always
Just wait, Sungnam popping up in K54 after the video publishes.
Well, we went and our first merit expedition, we went after Red actually, and
Oh.
they were just on K18, and this was before Sungnam went all ham. He was in the process, so we had some good fights with them, and they were grateful we came, because they're like, man, like we just been sitting here, we haven't been doing anything. Thanks, man. And they're now like doing super well. I mean, their alliance is growing, and they look like they're having fun. I hope they move somewhere and have more fun.
They did really good in the UC.
Maybe don't.
Dangerous wish.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it.
Well, Sungnam's scary, but the rest are Red. Are they gonna handle double rallies? I don't know.
I think Salsa could pretty well do it as well. It's a pretty well built account.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, not from Kidderson or Salvo, of course not. But
yeah, but they're gonna do it.
Yeah, okay, fair.
You won't see me rallying him. Or rallying him.
You must take a rally from the max account to see how strong you really are.
Yeah, I mean, a rally from Salvo or Kidderson would just zero me, so I don't know if I want to take it to test my strength.
Yeah, I don't want to take it as well. Like, I have decent stats at 50 million troops. I'm staying the fuck away from K54, man. I'm staying
soon as one scroll, so you can just.
It's funny, in a world chat, there was all I did is I just went in a world chat and I was like, evening everybody. And some guy just started teeing off me. He's like, why don't you unbubble? Oh, you run chicken shit and everything like that. And I was like, okay, cool. And it's like, so I unbubble and it's like, oh yeah, Kinnison will solo you. And I'm like, well, I don't think she can solo me, but I know what would happen. I'd get rallied pretty hard. It's like, yeah, see, you're just a chicken shit. And I was like, okay, so I meant to unbubble, get
Like,
zeroed, and after that, he won't give me any credit if I do that. He'll
No,
just be,
no, but
oh,
you
hi,
have
you
proven
got
his point.
you got zeroed. You know, it's a lose-lose situation in both cases. I just find it hilarious, you know, especially when they're like 100 million BR and they're like, you're chicken shit.
Yeah, they have no idea what they're talking about. I mean, the same thing with us facing off BCL in that KVK where you didn't lose troops. And people are like, oh, why didn't you take double rallies? Like, oh, okay, I get gangbanged by Kynaston and Rumrunner. Like, who's that fun for? It's not gonna be fun for me watching my castle in flames and just getting nuked. Like,
It's fun for Kynaston and Rumrunner.
yeah.
Fun for the people watching. Never let people tell you what to do with your money, man. Like they can laugh at you. I will hug mine to the grave.
So, Willkie, have you been enjoying the tractor memes?
Yeah, man. Yeah, the very first one was really funny. I feel like, was it you guys that made that or was it BCL? I think it was them because it came out right after that KVK and I died laughing, man. I was like, oh my god, dude, that was well done.
Full disclaimer: I made about 4. So no offense, it's just for fun. No.
I mean, as long as the memes don't get offensive, nobody should feel bad about getting memed, I guess. In my opinion, at least.
Well, I think it's how you react, right? So like,
Yeah.
you could choose. You could say, "Oh, you guys talking shit." Like, "Oh, you think cartel are farmers? Oh, we're gonna show you." Like, you could have that angle, but why? Like, it's a
Yeah.
game, and people are making shit for fun. You know, like it'd be like one of us taking super offense to someone's comment on a video, or like some 100 million player who doesn't know how the end game works on their analysis of fighting these big alliances. Like, they just don't know. You know, you can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
But I think the memes are hilarious. I think they're
Oh, I
they're
love
good for the
them.
game, man. Like,
The way that I always see meme wars is I've been playing games for years and always gets into meme wars, and it starts off like YouTube comments, and you go in a YouTube video. It doesn't matter what you go on. You could look up Barney, you know, that purple dinosaur thing. You can go on a Barney video, and somewhere in the comments, someone will start speaking about Nazis. That's the end game, you know. That's when it's just like, oh, we're all going home now. We're taking our means. We're going home because someday will eventually come out and make something about runner Nazis or cartel or Nazis, BCL or Nazis, you know. And it's just that's the end game, you know.
Hold up. Let's just enjoy the tractor memes a bit longer before we get to that area.
Oh yeah,
the dark ones.
the dark memes.
I mean, there already
like-
was like a first one.
I think
Which one?
Raistlin already moved like from tractors to Star Wars. The first transition.
It's
The
funny.
evolution.
I hear people say, yeah, like I made like free memes, and I'm like, free? Man, you gotta get those numbers up, son. You know, like I made like 30 today.
I made one exactly in this whole meme war.
I mean,
Wait, but which one was yours? Which one was yours?
Mine was the Willkie one with Jason Momoa.
Oh, that was yours.
Yes.
oh, and, but you also did like the recharge meme, like not in the meme war, but like
Oh, true. I also did the recharge one, where like Bai Ziming was above Kinnerson and like brace yourself, recharges are coming. Yeah, I made that one as well. That's true. But like I only made the meme about Willkie because I knew he wouldn't get mad or anything and would take it like a champ. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was funny as shit, man. I showed my girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh my god, who did my man's like this?"
It's like, what game is my man playing that people are memeing him?
Yeah.
It's funny. There's a GIF of a tree like hitting the back of a guy in a tractor's head, and we've been posting that and saying, "Oh, this is Kiba and the tree castle skin smacking CTL."
The tree castle skin has so many potentials.
Okay, can you get the whole cartel to be in the castle, the tree skin for like one day?
Good try.
Just for the beats. Yeah, just for the beats.
Oh boy.
I'll put the
We'll send
roast.
out a message. We'll have a tree weekend, you know, where everybody everybody's got it, puts on a tree skin for just one day.
Oh,
No, a
that would be
ceasefire.
nice.
After UC, everybody just chills out for a day and puts on the castle tree skin and see how many we can get in K54. BCL, come on, get involved, you know. Do it. I know
Oh,
you're
man.
listening.
That'd be hilarious too. They'd probably do it. They like to have fun.
Yeah, would be an interesting thing. All right, we went a bit off course in the last few minutes, and I'd say we can wrap the podcast up at this point now. Thanks you all for tuning in, especially Raistlin and Willkie, who took the time to join us for this podcast.
Yeah, it was. I had to fit it in between making memes and.
And making more memes.
Yeah, thanks for
But-
having me, Grum.
Yeah, always a pleasure. And thanks you all for watching, and see you in the next edition of the podcast. Bye bye.
Way.
Wait.
Wait.